tonight.
Nearing record highs this noon right here in West Michigan.
But despite the warmth, you can hardly see in some West Michigan communities at all, including here in Grand Rapids. Here's a live look at the foggy conditions outside from our Bridgewater Place sky cam.
Yeah.
The whole city's disappeared for the most part.
And it's not just like the spring-like temperatures and fog impacting West Michigan weather. Rain is here too. This is a live look at our Storm Track Live radar. We're not done. An Arctic blast is heading our way.
Oh my gosh.
We said this last week.
Yeah, we
and
did.
it did.
It did arrive, didn't it?
Starting off in the tracking center.
Happened just like you said it was, or it was going to happen here. And all of a sudden, everybody's living in Brigadoon, essentially, because the towns have all disappeared across West Michigan.
Yeah, it's amazing out there. We have some, moist air coming up over the snowpack.
Yeah.
Once we get rid of some of that snowpack, the visibilities will improve. But then we have to focus on more rain coming. We've already received about a half an inch of rain, a record amount of rain, as a matter of fact, in the Muskegon area. And there's a lot more heading our way right now. Storm Track Live radar shows more widely scattered showers out there at the present time than what we had earlier this morning. But this is just going to exacerbate the flooding potential, at least, that really kicks in tonight with another surge of moisture heading our way. Speaking of that surge, look to our southwest, now moving to southeastern Iowa, right through the central plains. This whole area of moisture is heading right for southwest lower Michigan. We're timing it about, I'd say, 7 hours away into the Benton Harbor area, into US 131 Grand Rapids area, about another 8 hours away. So right around early to mid-evening, we ought to see that next batch of heavier rain and even the potential of some thunderstorms to move in. Visibilities, other issue out there on the plate, a mile and a quarter in Grand Rapids, that's actually gone up quite a bit in the past hour or so. Ionia up quite a bit, and you can see we're the thickest of the fog right now up around the Fremont, Big Rapids area, where visibility is near M20, around, well, obscured to around a half a mile. And that is, I think, one of the reasons why is we're melting the snowpack very quickly in here, and that's why visibility is improving. We still have a lot of the snowpack to our north. And once that snowpack disappears, well, until then, we're going to have to deal with the fog. No doubt you can tell where that warm front is, right in through here. 54 degrees in Grand Rapids. Contrast that with 38 in Big Rapids, almost 60 in the Holland area right now. And this is January, believe it or not. So here's what we're looking at for today. Areas of fog out there, but again, visibility is gradually improving, and we're going to see near record high temperatures, near 60 degrees, 1 to 2 inches of rain tonight. Then tomorrow, 20 to 30 degrees colder with an Arctic cold front moving through. We're going to break it out even more with team coverage coming up in about 10 minutes.
Dense fog is causing some tricky travel for you this noon here, and here's some video sent in from along US 131 near Grand Rapids.
Storm Team 8's been tracking this warm up and the potential for fog since the weekend.
And we sent 24 Hour News 8's Amanda Jarrett out to show us what she's seeing outside right now. So give us an idea, Amanda, how foggy is that?
Hi, Brett. Well, we're here on the Fulton Street Bridge. I want to show you behind me. You can just see the fog rolling off the Grand River here. Kind of pretty out here this noon, really. Hard to see around the Blue Bridge, and even further in the distance there, kind of hard to make out the top of the River House condo building here in downtown Grand Rapids. But not exactly what you may see here on the roads in downtown Grand Rapids, at least. We drove here from the station down on Fulton, and, clear but hazy. You just heard Matt say some of these conditions are improving. Visibility about a mile here in Grand Rapids, a little less than that in some other areas. Let's take a look at some of the photos we got into our newsroom this morning. Here's one photo we got through Report It. A great look at probably what you saw in your own neighborhood at some point this morning. Another photo we got into our newsroom. We were live on the roads all morning on Daybreak, showing you the conditions this morning. And as Matt told us in his Daybreak forecast, that fog was going to increase significantly throughout the morning. That's exactly what we saw. You can see from the ground up to our Heritage Hill Skycam, a much hazier view this morning than we saw just a few hours ago. So if you are heading out, you want to give yourself some extra time. While it may be okay in Grand Rapids and some other areas, you could run into some dense fog. I noticed a lot of these cars crossing the bridge using those low beam headlights. Not a bad idea this noon as we still deal with some hazy areas. We're live in Grand Rapids. Amanda Jarrett, 24 Hour News 8.
All this is just creating a myriad of problems. Here's another one. Because of the warm temperatures, we could see ice jams in our rivers. Here's some video from February of 2009 when the Coast Guard was working to break up an ice jam in the Grand River out in Grand Haven. Well, ice jams happen when freezing temperatures create ice on our rivers, and warming temperatures get the ice moving. But the ice can get clogged up in the river, backing the water up and causing flooding upstream.